Three news stories for you viewers. Firstly, two Somali parties, newly formed Congress for Somali Cause and Ogaden National Liberation Front, have concluded two-day meeting in Nairobi, Kenya. They have rejected National Dialogue Commissioner who is being appointed from Somali region of Ethiopia, and some other issues have been discussed by the two parties too. Secondly, viewers, a news source is claiming that last month Eritrean ruler Isaias Afwerki removed top military commander of Eritrean Defense Force. Why was this military officer removed? And thirdly, viewers, while Obasanjo, African Union mediator, is in Mekelle, we are hearing some reports that both Ethiopian government and Tigray regional government have agreed to set date for the start of formal ceasefire talks. Formal talks could start, but without the mediation of African Union. Firstly, viewers, Somali region of Ethiopia, I told you about new political developments there. A new opposition group was formed in November last year, Congress for Somali Cause. Ogaden National Liberation Front, ONLF, held discussions with this group in Nairobi, Kenya. Two-day discussions. Now a joint statement has been issued by CSC and ONLF. Firstly, the two opposition parties, the two opposition groups have rejected the name of Muhammad Dirir. Muhammad Dirir is a politician, Somali politician. We know that Ethiopian National Dialogue Commissioners are being finalized these days to start the national dialogue. And from Somali region, Muhammad Dirir's name is being heard, that he's going to represent a Somali region of Ethiopia. But ONLF and CSC have rejected Muhammad Dirir. They say he is least credible of Somali politicians. First point. And second point of the joint statement is that the two parties are accusing Mustafa Umar's government of being worsening drought. They say droughts happen, but if famine happens, it means that there is bad governance, there is inefficiency of the government that led to famine from drought. Thirdly, they're calling for cessation of hostilities. They say that war should stop, all stakeholders be part of national dialogue. They're not naming anyone, but it seems they want TPLF and OLA to be part of national dialogue. And lastly, they're criticizing Mustafa Umar's government, that the Mustafa Umar's government has launched crackdown against dissidents. Political space is being narrowed in Somali region of Ethiopia. So the two opposition parties, ONLF and newly formed CSC, have joined hands. They have the same position regarding national dialogue. They have rejected National Dialogue Commissioner from Somali region of Ethiopia. Secondly, viewers, a news source is claiming that last month Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki removed top military commander of Eritrean Defense Force. Name has not been shared by this news source. The news source said the disagreement between Isaias Afwerki and the military commander was over the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Ethiopia, from Tigray. The military commander was in support of the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray, but Isaias did not agree with him, and Isaias fired him. What is the name of this top Eritrean military commander? Is he Philippos Volde Johannes, Eritrean army chief? We don't know. The news source has not shared any names, but it is claiming that a top military commander of Eritrean army has been removed by Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean President, over the dispute regarding withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray. Lastly, viewers, Obasanjo, African Union's mediator, is in Tigray. He visited Amhara yesterday. Then he went to Afar. Today he arrived in Mekelle. These minutes in Mekelle when I'm recording this video. But Tigray regional government, Ethiopian federal government, they have made some progress in talks. The talks were held reportedly in Kenya, and the two sides are now prepared. They're ready to announce date for the start of formal ceasefire talks. And TPLF wants these ceasefire talks without the involvement of African Union. Though Obasanjo has been welcomed in Tigray in previous visits, but it seems that now Tigray regional government wants direct talks with Ethiopian federal government without the mediation of African Union. The two sides have made some progress. Now, we do know that Tigray government had laid out some preconditions for sitting with Ethiopian federal government. Preconditions like lifting of siege, like a demilitarized corridor for delivery of aid to Tigray, and like withdrawal of all foreign forces, Amhara forces from Tigray. But Tigray People Liberation Front, Tigray government is stepping back from its demands. It is ready to sit for talks without these preconditions met. I think in several previous videos, I told you that Tigray was stepping back because Tigray, we know Tigray is on the back foot militarily. Tigray Defense Force was threatening to reach Addis Ababa 3 months ago. It was threatening to remove PM Abiy from power. It was saying that it was in talks to form transitional government. Now it is fighting to open a corridor. It is fighting to keep its border with Afar safe. So definitely militarily Tigray Defense Force is on the back foot. That is why Tigray government has made some concessions. It has stepped back from its rigid position. It was saying no talks until the preconditions are met. Now, reportedly, Tigray government is ready to start ceasefire talks with Ethiopian federal government, and some positive reports are coming in from Ethiopian federal government side as well. But now, when Tigray does not want African Union's mediation, it wants direct talks. What is going to be the strategy of Ethiopian federal government? Does the Ethiopian government want inclusion of African Union mediator in the talks or not? That remains to be seen. But African Union is not being welcomed now, especially after AU summit, where we saw no forceful message to end the conflict in Tigray. So Tigray People Liberation Front, Tigray regional government, they see African Union as a supporter of Ethiopian federal government, though they have been welcoming Obasanjo, but now they want direct talks. Will Ethiopian federal government start direct talks with Tigray government or not? That remains to be seen. But positive signs are being seen in the engagement between Tigray regional government and Ethiopian federal government. Thank you for watching.